Next on Eyewitness News at 11, a Utica man has been arrested in connection with an attempted armed robbery in New Hartford. We'll bring you all the details. Eyewitness News at 11 starts in 60 seconds.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
Now, your forecast first.
Good evening to you. That is a live look downtown tonight, and nice night. The humidity starting to increase. The smoke that we've been dealing with, that's going to be going by the wayside here. So as we go through the weekend, the air quality will improve, and we're going to be watching for some showers and storms to develop, especially as we get into the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s. Complete forecast coming up. Eyewitness News at 11 starts right now.
This is Eyewitness News at 11 on WUTR.
Tonight's top stories at 11. The Attorney General's office has finally settled a 15-year-old lawsuit over a modular home. Capitol correspondent Emil Taligi has that story. And we'll bring you reactions from SUNY over the Supreme Court decision on student loan forgiveness. Plus, a major drug bust occurred in the village of Herkimer. We'll bring you the details from the Chief of Police. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for Eyewitness News at 11. I'm Shelby Pay, filling in for Jamie Azoulay. The Attorney General's office argues hundreds of cases in lawsuit every year. We hear about them all the time. When they win a settlement, what happens to that money? Our Capitol correspondent Emil Taligi got to see firsthand how $1 million from a 15-year-old case is being spent today.
The kitchen you see here was designed by the next owners of this modular home in coordination with builders. This is just one of 6 carbon-neutral homes built through a settlement from the AG's office.
But we're excited. We've been waiting for about 4 or 5 years. There's apparently a lot of steps involved, so.
The home being made possible after a settlement with American Energy, a company who created environmental issues years ago. Brittany Eldred is just one of 4 recipients selected using a lottery system with 2 more spots to fill.
We were able to pick out our cupboards, our countertops, the flooring, and stuff like that, and the siding and everything.
Bill Lake Modular Homes is tasked with planning and creating these green homes. The amount of emissions they generate will be equal to what they produce.
We're just really excited. Many of these people spend $400 to $500 a month in the winter with their old inefficient homes in heating costs. And that just literally goes out the roof. So to be able to put that into building equity and building, their generational wealth and having real estate and having a home is just huge, so we're really excited about that.
The homes are also insulated, sealed, and inspected to ensure they're meeting and exceeding state code. When I asked the Attorney General, Letitia James, what she thought after touring these homes.
We need more, that we obviously need to provide more resources to this company and that we need to build these homes quicker.
The AG says these homes are also more affordable to build and could help with the housing crisis in the state. Reporting in Albany, Emil Taligi.
Big decisions coming out of the Supreme Court this week impacting college campuses. The Supreme Court now blocking President Biden's student loan forgiveness program. This comes on the heels of Thursday's decision ruling race can no longer be taken into consideration when it comes to college admissions. Capitol correspondent Jamie DeLine has the reactions.
Millions of Americans who qualified will not be getting student loan debt relief. The Supreme Court of the United States ruling President Biden and the U.S. Department of Education do not have the authority to cancel them.
So you've got to continue to pay your student loans, whether you thought it was a good idea to relieve you of your student loans or not. The Supreme Court has said any authority to do that must come from the legislature. There must actually be a statute allowing such a thing.
Biden's plan was to cancel at least $10,000 of debt for qualified borrowers. SUNY Chancellor John King, who served as the U.S. Secretary of Education under President Barack Obama, weighs in on the ruling.
It means folks are going to put off having kids, buying a home, starting a business because of often crushing debt that they're experiencing.
So when are payments expected to resume?
Folks will start to see interest accrue on their debt come September, and payments will begin in October. And remember, a third of the borrowers across the country have debt but no degree.
King is encouraging people to finish their education at SUNY to help them in the economy, adding federal rules allow them to defer payment on that debt. While some are against the Supreme Court ruling, others like Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik support it, saying on Twitter, quote, "SCOTUS just ruled in favor of our hardworking taxpayers who would have had to carry a tremendous financial burden because of Biden's unconstitutional student loan bailout." The decision comes right after another Supreme Court case ruled race can no longer be taken into consideration during college admissions.
The first ruling was an attack on getting to college or getting to higher education. The second ruling is an attack on what's after.
I'm told if there is a Democratic majority in Congress after the next election, Biden could continue his efforts on student loan forgiveness. Reporting in Albany, I'm Jamie DeLine.
And it's known that narcotics continue to be a serious problem, and now homemade narcotics have become a major contributing factor. In the Valley, police agencies have been teaming up to lend support and logistics to each other in dealing with the problem. Recently, those efforts paid off with a handful of arrests after raids at 2 locations in Herkimer over the past month. Acting on complaints about suspicious activity on Westlake Ave in Herkimer, Herkimer police launched an investigation into activity going on at 507 Westlake Ave. During that investigation, Herkimer police discovered a connection between the Westlake address and a residence on Steuben Hill Road. In May, a team of Herkimer police, state troopers, Herkimer County sheriffs, along with New York State Parole, went to 936 Steuben Hill Road. There was also a report that a child was present during drug activity. Some people left the home on command, while others would not, resulting in a 2-hour standoff. 3 people were arrested at that location on warrants. And 2 Sundays ago, an early morning execution of a search warrant was done at the Westlake Ave address. Methamphetamine was discovered along with packaging material. 4 more arrests were made at the Westlake home. Herkimer police were aided by Mohawk, Little Falls, and Johnstown police in that raid. More arrests may be coming. Here's what Herkimer Police Chief Mike Jory had to say about the bust.
Right now, it was our highest profile one here. Is most of the complaints we were getting was from that area there and the address on Steuben, where they were actually coming in and flopping in numbers. So it's a good start, and as I've said in the press release, that we intend that this is just the beginning. We have a lot of others in the works right now. It just isn't as easy as we'd like it to be, where you get a complaint and you execute a search warrant. There's a lot of work that goes behind that. Unfortunately, I only have 1 investigator here at the police department, and it would help to have another investigator to help put these cases together. But the officers do provide a lot of information to him, and we work with tons of other agencies. We have very good working relationships with them, and that's when it really does help us.
Eyewitness News will keep you updated on further developments. Be sure to get our CNY homepage app to stay up to date on all the latest local news. Before we go to break, here's a preview of your weather with Chief Meteorologist Craig Flynn.
As we get ready to go into the holiday weekend, Shelby, the humidity returns. And what about the big birthday on Tuesday? The complete forecast.
your Eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. So let's head outside, check out what's going on. The humidity is starting to go up tonight, so that's going to be around through the weekend, as well as some showers and storms. But the smoke that we've been dealing with is on the way out, so that's good. So we'll see the air quality here improve. 72 now. The dew point also starting its ascend up to 61, so that will mean more humidity returns as we go into the weekend. So your forecast tonight, nothing more than an isolated shower, probably not. Still a little hazy, and it is turning more humid in the process of doing so now. 65 the low. And then tomorrow, partly sunny and pretty tame in the morning, drenching humidity, and notice we'll get a little flash of lightning there as we get into the afternoon. So some scattered downpours and storms, a few feisty guys possible, highs low and mid 80s. Numbers tonight in the mid 60s, heart of the Adirondacks at Saranac Lake, Herkimer County, 65 Old Forge, 68 in Herkimer proper, 71 here in town, 67 in Minden, upper 60s in Sherburne, and 67 at last check in Hamilton. So the AQI right now perched at a 161, still on that unhealthy to very unhealthy kind of borderline there. But the good news is this number will be dropping, and here's why. So notice this darker green area, that's some thicker smoke, but as winds go more southwesterly, we see the thickest smoke go away, and then we get more into this bluish category here, which is very light. So the bottom line is the smoke will be kind of exiting and moving on as we head through the weekend. But we're kind of sandwiched in between two days here towards the 4th and the 5th of June. Remember when it was looked like Mars outside? And then the past couple days, air quality has been a little dicey as well. You could see in between by a separation of about 3 weeks. So this is why we're dealing with it. Check this out. So from coast to coast here in Canada, look at this. Pick the province. These are active wildfires. There's no other way to describe it. Canada's on fire. And with all these wildfires, that means this smoke will come and go through the rest of the summer. Have a look outside right now. That's satellite Doppler radar. Nice night, quiet. The smoke, still a little bit of haze. That will be kind of fizzling out and fading away. So here's what to expect. Air quality will be improving. Otherwise, it's warm with just drenching humidity. It's going to feel like South Florida. And there's going to be storms developing, especially in the afternoon. That's pretty much the hallmark of the forecast the next several days. Mornings, partly sunny, very warm and humid. Get into the afternoon, some gusty storms with localized downpours as we wring out that moisture. So you'll see that happen here. There you are, 8 o'clock in the morning, not much doing. Partly sunny sky, then we get into the afternoon, and you'll see these showers and thunderstorms start to bubble up and work their way through the region here. Carbon copy, twinning as we go into Sunday. So starts out partly sunny, becoming mostly cloudy with showers and storms developing. 84 Saturday. Mainly afternoon soakers on Sunday. Not as warm, but still very humid, high of 76. Quick snapshot, the 4th of July. So there's this old kind of lazy boundary down to the south. I think most of the day on Tuesday for the 4th, mainly dry, but might be just enough of lift impetus with that cold front nearby or that stationary front for an isolated shower or thunderstorm. So we've got that for you in the 7-day forecast. Some soakers developing into the afternoon. Rumbles of thunder, could be a gusty storm. 84 Saturday, spirit of 76 on Sunday. More scattered storms Monday, becoming more isolated for the 4th. I think by fireworks in the evening, it's fine. Warm and muggy and turning hot as temperatures get to near 90 by late next week.
Hopefully earlier that day we don't get stuck marching in the parade in the rain.
In the morning, I think we'll be fine.
Okay, all right,
It's
good.
going to be a little saucy and stuffy out there, though.
That's all right. It's worth it, right?
Yeah,
Gotta throw out
it'll be
those
fun.
footballs. Eyewitness News at 11 continues after this.
Jackpots, it's Mega Millions. What's up, America? I'm John Crow. It is Friday, June 30th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $368 million. To win that jackpot, you must bet these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's win you some money and make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 51, followed by 47. Up next, we have 22. That's followed by 13. And your final white ball number for this Friday evening is 55. Now for the mega ball number, that is 9. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 51, 47, 22, 13, 55, and the gold mega ball is 9. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Tuesday's jackpot could be $400 million. Good luck, have a great weekend, and play on, America!
You're watching Eyewitness News at 11 on WUTR.
A Utica man has been arrested in connection with an attempted armed robbery in New Hartford. A week ago, New Hartford police reported that a masked man with a handgun entered the Cliffs Market on Genesee Street in the village, showed the gun, and demanded money. The would-be robber left on foot, so New Hartford police developed a suspect profile and, working with the New York, New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force, located the suspect. Earlier this morning, 32-year-old Philip Diperna of Utica was taken into custody. He's charged with attempted robbery in the second degree, a felony, and menacing. He is being held at the Oneida County Jail pending a felony hearing. And in other news, Oneida County has a new Public Works Commissioner. County Executive Anthony Pacenti made the announcement today. Matthew Baisley took over the position on June 5th. Baisley had been with the County DPW from 2017 to 2021. Most recently, he was manager of mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems at Hamilton College. He replaces Mark Laramie, who retired in April after 33 years with the county. Just ahead tonight, Otto the Orange is being inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame. Sports Director Brendan Miller will tell you all about it. Stay with us.
Eyewitness Sports right now.
Good evening, I'm Brendan Miller with Eyewitness Sports. Here in Central New York, we're very familiar with Halls of Fame, whether it's the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota or the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. But one Hall of Fame that may not be in the area got a little CNY kick a few days ago, a kick that may have turned it a little more orange. The Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana announced its class of 2023 just about a week ago, a class that included Syracuse University mascot Otto the Orange. Now, for anyone who's attended a Syracuse University sporting event, you know that Otto is one of the best in the business, and that was reinforced by the over 19,000 ballots from 67 countries that were submitted by alumni and fans in support of the anthropomorphic orange. There were 18 mascots nominated for induction in the 2023 class, including the Boston Red Sox Wally the Green Monster, the Jacksonville Jaguars Jackson DeVille, and the Duke Blue Devil. But only two earned the honor of induction, Otto and Slugger of minor league baseball's Portland Sea Dogs. The Hall of Fame was established in 2005 and in that time has inducted 30 mascots, including the 2023 class, of which Otto will be just the 10th collegiate mascot and the first from the Atlantic Coast Conference. The induction ceremony will take place on August 12th at the Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana. Heading to hockey now, today was the NHL's deadline to tender qualifying offers to restricted free agents. And for the New Jersey Devils, there were 5 players who saw time with the Comets last season who were restricted free agents, meaning that if they weren't tendered a qualifying offer today, they become unrestricted free agents tomorrow on July 1st. That list of players included Kevin Ball, Arnie Talviti, Jeremy Grollo, Zach Hayes, and Zachary Iman. The QO deadline passed at 5 o'clock tonight, and the only player of those listed who received a qualifying offer was Kevin Ball. That's not really a surprise, especially for Talviti, who has already returned to play in his native Finland. But now all those players will hit the open market and look for new teams at their choosing tomorrow. Timur Braganov was also non-tendered, but has already signed a 1-year AHL contract with the Comets. And at the NHL level, Nathan Bastian, Michael McLeod, and Jesper Vokquist were all non-tendered. For now, that's all for sports. Check out CNYHomepage.com for your top sports stories. More Eyewitness News coming up right after the break.
Eyewitness News continues on WUTR.
As we head into the holiday weekend, the Oneida County Sheriff's Office wants to remind you, that only handheld or ground-based sparkling devices are legal. All other fireworks, typically those that are lit from the bottom, explode and then project into the air, are illegal in New York State. The Sheriff's Office defines sparkling devices as, quote, ground-based or handheld devices that produce a shower of colored sparks and/or a colored flame, audible crackling or whistling noise, and smoke. they can be legally sold to people 18 and older in New York from June 1st to July 5th, and then again from December 26th to January 2nd. If you need to file a complaint regarding illegal fireworks, please do so via the non-emergency line. That's 315-736-0141. And if you'll be using legal sparkling devices this holiday weekend, please use them with caution. And speaking of the holiday weekend, July 4th is almost here, and more cities are saying no to fireworks. The reason why could depend on where you live. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
In a summer already plagued by some of the worst air pollution the U.S. has ever seen, more cities are pushing for alternatives to 4th of July fireworks celebrations.
This is the most polluted time, so it's becoming worse.
Smoke from the historic Canadian wildfires has now spread into the Midwest and as far as Atlanta. And in the West, a new wildfire in Arizona this week forced more than 1,000 people to evacuate. The Western drought and air pollution concerns have prompted the push to replace an American summer tradition. Instead of July 4th fireworks, Flagstaff, Arizona and Aspen, Colorado are offering laser light shows to reduce the risk of fires. More than 12,000 fires were started by fireworks in 2021, including more than 2,000 structure fires, causing millions of dollars in damage. Also a concern, the metallic particles released into the air, which can have harmful health consequences.
You know, what gives them their color, the blues, the greens, the vibrant reds, are essentially metals like copper. Copper gives you blue, or strontium, which gives you the bright red we see in the fireworks.
Inhaling the smoke can be dangerous, especially for people with asthma or other respiratory issues.
You may experience aggravation of symptoms. Shortness of breath is a common one. Sometimes you have a sort of irritation in your eyes.
Another alternative to fireworks? Drones. Salt Lake City and Boulder, Colorado are among the cities replacing fireworks with drone shows this year.
City leaders say drone shows are cleaner, quieter, and allow for more creativity. But one downside, they can also be a lot more expensive. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
We'll close out the broadcast when we return.
All right, off we go to the holiday weekend, and there's going to be some storms developing into the afternoon. Mornings should be dry. It's very humid. Temperatures in the 80s Saturday. Not as warm Sunday, but still very muggy. Scattered storms in the afternoon. More scattered storms Monday. I think it becomes a little bit more isolated Tuesday, so that's good for the fireworks. 83 and then mid-upper 80s to perhaps 90 as we get towards especially Thursday with some more scattered storms and rain and rumbles by then.
All right, thanks Craig, thanks Brennan, and thank you for staying up with us tonight. We'll see you back here again next week. Have a great weekend.